New York City. We are live. That's right, New York City. We are live at the Sheraton in Times Square, right here in this room somewhere in this building. Hi, everybody. My name's Rowdy Gaines, and welcome to the second annual Swim Squads Draft. So, we had an incredible year last year to kick things off. And last year, in the first edition of Swim Squads, Lenny Kraselberg won over Natalie Coughlin, Caitlin Sandino, and Jason Lezak, and he won $10,000 for his charity of choice. This year, we have equally amazing legends. They're sitting right here. I'm going to introduce them in just a second, each and every one of them. You'll get to know them and their picks for this year's draft. But first, let's take a look at the rules of the game. This is a difficult process, lots of different types of rules, and none other than the best, Lindsay Mintenko, the national team director, will tell you a little bit more about how the draft works.
This year's national team is going to be divided into 4 squads to compete for points throughout the 2019 Cheer Pro Swim Series. Headed by 4 legendary captains in the swim world, each squad will consist of 20 swimmers who will be competing throughout the year. The teams will be selected by a draft that is about to take place. At each event, the captains will pick 6 swimmers to race in their squads at each meet. And those swimmers can score in their events designated by their captains. The squad with the most points will win a grand prize of $10,000 for charity of their choice.
So as you can see, the rules are very tricky, but every single point counts. I saw that 1 through 8, so it's very important who you select and how you do it. So again, these amazing captains we have here, all the way to the left-hand side of your screen. How about Connor Jaeger and Cammile Adams and Elizabeth Beisel and Maya DiRado? They will help kick off this second annual Swim Squads Draft. Now, there's a lot of other different ways to be able to strategize, and I'm going to introduce each one to you in just a second. But remember, they're playing for $10,000. So in a way, even though they all like each other right now as we get going, this is going to be a little cat and mouse as far as the strategy goes. On the board to my right, you will see all these incredible names from USA Swimming, some of the greatest names in history for the United States. Now, before we start, I want to tell you how the draft was originated. First of all, everybody drew straws. Then what happened was Maya DiRado got to choose first, and then Connor Jaeger chooses second, Elizabeth Beisel chooses third, and Cammile Adams chooses fourth. Now, don't feel too sorry for Cammile because she'll stay up here for the 4th and the 5th pick. So she'll stay up here, and that's the way it'll go. It'll go snake-like all the way through, or Maya DiRado would get the 8th and 9th pick. So before I start, I want to introduce some amazing these amazing athletes right here are incredible. So Maya DiRado gets to start. First of all, Maya DiRado. Let's go back to 2016 for just a second, can we? How about silver in the 400 IM? How about bronze in the 200 IM? How about gold as a member of the 800 freestyle relay? And she saved her best for last, her very last event at the Olympic Games, 200 backstroke, one of the most special races in Olympic history. She defeated perhaps the greatest female swimmer in the world at the time, Katinka Hosszu, by 6/100ths of a second, won gold in the 200 backstroke. Everybody welcome Maya DiRado.
Woo! All right, Maya.
So Maya DiRado, one of 3 athletes, or no, all 4 of you, although I'm going to ask Elizabeth about this in a second because I've heard a rumor about her and her coming back to the sport. But anyway, you're retired. You're retired,
yes,
right? So what's been going on the last couple of years?
Yeah, so moved to Atlanta right after Rio, settled in with my husband, Rob, and then his job took us back out to the Bay Area just a few months later, but we had a great time there. So we're living in California again. He's working in tech. I work at philanthropy, and things are going well.
You swimming?
No.
No, nothing. You're like Cammile, right?
You see how pale I am? I'm not swimming anymore.
You look great. So this is a tough choice to start because there are so many incredible names. We were looking at the board a little while ago, and it was like, holy smokes, it's like a who's who of the swimming world. So this first choice is very important for you and the rest of the season. So Let's start. Who do you pick first?
All right. Drum roll, please, in this first pick of the 2018 Swim
I don't
Squad
think it's
draft.
too much of a drum roll. I have a feeling who you're going to pick.
All right. I'm going to go for
Yeah, of course
Chase.
you are.
Kalish.
Kalish. Of course you
Yep.
are. I guess it's a stupid question because he won every single race that he swam in the Pro Swim Series last year, but why Chase?
Well, it's twofold. So one, selfishly, I just want the points, and Chase delivers. But it's also great because the IMers are super valuable in this format. So anybody that can do 200 and 400 IM, which is, an athlete after my own heart, is really valuable in this.
And I think his versatility will definitely show again. And because he's pro, he'll be able to swim, if not in all of them like he did last year, in most of them. Good first pick. Solid first pick, and I'm sure everybody's jealous. But there are still plenty of great names up here. Connor, come on up. Oh, by the way, don't come up yet. I have to introduce you properly. I love making those proper introductions. First of all, he is the current American record holder. What'd you go, 39 in the 1,500-meter freestyle. He broke that American record at the Olympic Games in Rio. By the way, the greatest Olympic team in history, all four of them a member of. He was also a member of the 2012 Olympic team, one of the greatest distance swimmers in history. Now you can come on up, Connor Jaeger. Another retired athlete, another retiree. So we were talking beforehand. I asked you if you've been swimming, but you've been in the water at least a couple times.
Yeah, a little bit, trying. Pool time is a little bit challenging around the city. But yeah, the stroke is feeling the same, just moving way slower now.
Well, you're married.
Yeah, recently.
Like Maya.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago, got married. Yeah.
3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Congratulations.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
You really are a newlywed.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Popped through Italy on a honeymoon, put on 7 pounds. Great things. Really good things.
That is great. All right. So lots of again, a lot of great names. I'm sure you guys have done your homework, and I have a feeling who's going to be your choice, but I don't know. So let's figure it out. Who's your first pick?
I think they're going to be jealous about this one. Where's my side? There we go.
Of course. There you go. Yeah, we knew that was going to go. The two previous champions of the Pro Swim, but why Katie Ledecky?
All right, distance guy has to pick the distance lady, right? But also
you like that?
Yeah. But really, she won the whole thing for the women last year, only going to, I think, 3. It was either 3 or 4 meets out of 7.
Right.
And she won,
She still won.
And she still won, right? So now she's pro. She was in college still last year. Now she's pro. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more freedom, be able to go to a few more Pro Swim Series. And, yeah.
So you look at her, and as great of a distance swimmer that she is, obviously the greatest female swimmer in history, by the way, she can also swim a pretty good 100 freestyle, unlike you. Oh, no, wait a second. You swim pretty good. You were 49 low, right?
No.
No, you never. Oh, and then scratch that.
No.
Were you ever thought of to be on the 400 free relay for the United States?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Maybe the 4x2 at one point.
Oh, yeah,
no.
definitely.
Yeah,
You could swim it all from 200 and up.
Yeah.
Okay, good choice.
Cool,
go away. We'll see you back here in
I'll
just a
be
minute.
back.
Good job.
All right, Elizabeth Beisel, come on up. Wait a second, Elizabeth Beisel. Hang on just a second. She was a member of the national team when she started at age 13 back in 2006 and been a national team member for 10 straight years. I can't begin to tell you how difficult that is in the world of swimming to be a national team member in this country for 10 straight years. So she is a 3-time Olympian, 08, 12, and 16, silver medalist, bronze medalist in the Olympic Games, and oh, by the way, world champion in the decathlon of swimming, the 400 IM, a member of the board of directors of the USA Swimming Foundation. So come on up, Elizabeth.
Hello.
Yeah.
Young
Hello, everybody.
So, Elizabeth, now, okay, we have everybody's retired up here, but I'm not going to say from who, but I heard there was a rumor, and you retired after 2017 at the World Championships, but there was a rumor that maybe you might be back in the water.
That rumor is false. As Maya said, I'm too very pale to be swimming right now. Although Greg Troy did call me with a proposition to come back and swim a 400 IM at the meet in Turin in December.
Right.
I said no, and then it got canceled, so now I don't feel guilty anymore.
Oh, so maybe that's where the whole
Probably.
whisper game, it just went from one thing to another. And I thought, you are the most incredible world traveler I have ever seen in my life. My wife loves following you on Instagram. It's so cool. You have such a great Instagram social media account. And you are going someplace pretty special in a couple of days, right?
Yeah, so on Tuesday morning, so the morning after Golden Goggles, I'm flying to Machu Picchu in Peru with a bunch of ex-has-been swimmers, swammers. Felicia Lee coordinated it all, and so we're really excited to go there. And one of the things about Machu Picchu is that for everybody that's watching, within the next few years, their tourism bureau is going to shut down Machu Picchu. Yeah, because there's just so much traffic.
This is pretty much one of the last chances you'll ever be able to take kind of a bucket list trip like that.
Absolutely. So I'll be hurting on that flight on Tuesday morning, but I will make it.
All right. Before we get to Machu Picchu, let's look at the board again. Well, the two winners from last year are gone, but there are a lot of great names left. Who do you go with?
Don't mess this up.
A lot of pressure, guys. But you know what? I'm going to have to go with Zane Grothy.
Oh, a distance swimmer. A distance swimmer, although he's another guy like Connor, like Katie, that can swim everything from the 200 and up. And by the way, he is a distance swimmer. As you look at the video, what's the attraction with Zane Grothy?
You know, the attraction is that he was second overall last year to none other than Chase Kalish, who Maya snagged, which was a great pick for her. But you know, he has that 200 to mile capability, and he might actually do some open water, which would be great for me.
Well, that's a good that you point that out, because open water now is part of this series, and it's part of the draft. So a lot of these great distance swimmers, if he decides to swim, which he did at Pan Pacs last summer, he swam at the open water part of that. So that's a good pick. I like that pick.
Yeah.
All right. You can go sit down. And next up on the list, last but not least, two-time Olympian, 2012, 2016, top 5 finishes in both of those Olympic Games, silver medalist at the 2015 World Championships. Quite simply, she was the best American female 200 butterflyer for 5 straight years. Please welcome Cammile Adams. Yay, Cammile.
Hey,
last but not least, hi, Cammile. I love talking to you. First of all, we've got a Wolverine, Michigan, with Connor. We've got a Gator, Chomp Chomp, with Elizabeth. We've got a Cardinal with Maya. And what do you always say when we used to interview on your
Gig 'em.
Gig 'em, right? Texas A&M.
Yes,
Awesome.
through and through.
So you're retired,
Praise the
just
Lord.
like everybody else. What have you been doing the last couple of years?
So right after Rio, actually the day after I landed from Rio, I taught for 2 years. I went to school and absolutely loved being in the school system. I was in the public school system, and it was great. And actually last May, my husband and I purchased 6 swim schools with Safe Splash. So we have 6 swim schools around the Houston area. So it's kind of my 2 favorite things, kids and water put together. So I kind of have the best job ever right now. Loving life. My husband and I are doing great. I'm married a little over 2 years, so it's pretty exciting.
So you have these swim schools, or do you get in the water and swim?
Yeah,
swim?
some days. Well, some days, you know, I don't know if I feel as great as Jaeger, and I'm definitely not tan. So not swimming too many yards, more teaching more lessons, which is really cool for me to be
It's
involved
hard to
in
actually
sport.
get in and swim when you've been in the water teaching.
Butterfly's
too for a
so
while.
hard.
Yeah.
It's
And
really
plus, with
hard.
swim schools, the water's so warm too, right?
Yeah,
It's like I'm sure you guys
well,
probably keep it pretty warm.
I
too.
like it warm now. These.
Oh
days,
yeah.
though,
Me too. All right.
Okay.
You pick 4th,
So there's
but you're
serious
not going to
stuff.
go anywhere after
Right.
this 4th pick, because
I
you
get the
get
double.
2 picks. You get a double pick here.
Yeah.
So let's go through the 4th pick, and we'll explain why you did that.
Oh gosh, this
to
is
start.
difficult, Rowdy.
Good names, world record holders up there, Olympic gold medalists up there.
This is my pick. Sorry.
I kind of have an idea of who I would go with,
I
but
think I am gonna go with.
Who
is it?
Michael.
Oh,
Michael Andrew.
Yes.
What
Good
a
snag.
sensational
Yes,
summer
he
this
is
young man had,
absolutely
right?
amazing. And I've been watching him for a couple years now, and super excited about this kid. And he's a professional as well, even though he's young. And I think he's going to soak up a lot of knowledge, and I think he's going to swim so fast this year.
Yeah,
I think
that-
he's going to be a good pick for me.
That's a great choice, because not only is he young, and not only is he a great sprinter, but he can do it all. Talk
really
about
can.
versatility. Just in the short events,
Right.
but he can do it all, and he had a great season throughout the Pro Swim Series as well as this summer.
Yeah, and he's already swimming fast this year, so I think it's going to
So
be a
don't
good
go
one.
anywhere.
Okay.
Stay with
Staying
me.
right here.
4th and 5th, number 4 and 5.
Let me
Who's
look.
your 5th
Okay,
pick?
so this is who we've got on the board right now. think we need to get another girl up here. So I'm going to go with Kelsey Dahlia.
A butterfly.
Another, girl
after your own
girl
heart.
after my own heart. She is. But she also does freestyles. So I think she's going to be a good pick for me, and she's one I've rooted for a long time now. So
That's a good choice because you're right. Not only is she a great butterflyer, swims 100 and the 200, but she's got that great speed as well in the freestyle. She swims 50, 100, and even 200 freestyle.
Exactly.
So that's an overall great choice. Do you feel good about your 2 picks, even though you picked 4th and 5th?
I do, and I think I've got some good ideas as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can see Cammile. And we're going to have Elizabeth.
I'm up
we're going to
next.
go.
Yep.
We go Elizabeth. So we go
right.
reverse
You go, B.
order
You
now,
got
back
this.
all the way
I know.
down to
Here we go.
Maya. Elizabeth, here we go. Still some incredible names. By the way, you might wonder, at least I did a little bit, why. Well, I'll get to that later on. Because I don't want to sway your choices. No, I'm sorry.
don't, yeah.
Zip my lip. Okay. Who's your next pick?
I need a girl. And I am going to go with
Beisel squad,
the most recent world record holder in the United States, Miss Kathleen Baker.
World record holder.
She's going to break some world records for me at these meets. And she, for me, she doesn't do them for herself anymore. She breaks her world records for me. But I think she is a great pick because she does backstroke, she does IM, she does literally everything. And I think she's going to get me a lot of points. And I really like her.
I do too. I love the summer that she had. I've loved the last couple of years that she's had. And I think she's on her way to even bigger and better things. Now in the 200 backstroke, good choice, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I love that choice. All right, Connor, come on up, my man.
Social media game too.
You are picking second right now. I'm trying to look over the board of who in my mind I would pick. I have no idea.
Right,
There's
Eggs,
so
who's
many
it gonna
great
be?
names up there.
Let's see, Eggs.
Your first pick was Katie Ledecky. Pretty good one there. Who do you go with here?
Alrighty.
Melanie Margalis, another Bulldog. 2 Georgia Bulldogs off the board already. And a great, talk about versatility. Yeah. You've got 2 swimmers there that are incredible, both for their versatility. Katie Ledecky gets swim the IM too, and Melanie Margalis.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things about Melanie, the IM, there aren't that many athletes now that are swimming both the 2 and the 400 IM. Really one of them being Chase, who's picked already. Melanie's one of the other few that do it. So really her, not only 200 for an IM, but really what she could go 100, 200 breaststroke. She's a flex swimmer, but also a great IM swimmer. So.
And she's also a good 200 freestyler, too. Yeah. She was on the Olympic team for crying out loud as part of the 800 free relay. Yeah. So it's kind of, she sneaks under the radar, don't you think, a little bit? Because she doesn't have that great, huge name like a Ledecky or a Chase Kalish. But, boy, she has been so successful the last couple of years. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. So I'm happy to have her.
Beautiful choice. Boy, you have 2 really good choices to start.
Yeah.
2 women.
Yeah.
All right, Maya DiRado. Come on up. Number 8 and 9. She'll be up here with me for a couple of choices.
Right.
Chase Kalish was your first choice.
Yeah.
Who's your second choice?
Well, I honestly can't believe he's still on the board, but I'm going to take backstroke king Ryan Murphy.
He is the king, the greatest American backstroker in the world today, the greatest backstroker in the world, in my opinion. But why Ryan Murphy?
Well, when he shows up at a meet and he swims, he's going to be probably the winner in the 100 and the 200. He's just so versatile and dominant. So he's specific in his backstroke, but when he swims, he generally wins.
And he's a good freestyler as well, believe it or not. He swims some really good 100 freestyles. And I've talked to him. He said he wants to try to add that out a little bit more.
I hear he's trying to dabble in that a little bit more.
Did it hurt just a little bit, though, because he went to Cal? Just the twins?
We're building bridges across the bay, so that's me. That's me reaching out.
That's so good. That's good.
Rowdy, I would just want to add one thing. So to all the fantasy swim fans at home, I know we all recognize your Twitter handles and, Aunt Kim and DC Girl Kayla. Yes. So we're so excited to be finally doing this, live in person, but we've appreciated your energy for all these years.
Oh, thank you, Maya. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that.
So I have another pick now.
Yeah, you have another pick. Before we do this third round, let's talk a little bit about the charities, because as I mentioned in the beginning, each athlete is playing for their own personal charity of choice. And if they do win at the end of the season, $10,000 is rewarded to that charity from USA Swimming. So tell us a little bit about your charity.
Yeah, so I've selected the USO,
and
you know, they
heroes.
are the force behind the force. I was fortunate enough to go on a USO tour in 2016 after the Olympics, and it was
How was that?
life-changing.
Did you go overseas with them?
We did. We went to Turkey, Qatar, Afghanistan, and Germany, and it was just so wonderful
Was the reception
for me
great?
to be able to meet them. I think
yeah,
I was more in awe of them, but they were so gracious, and it's just USO does a great job of, you know, bringing a taste of home and the comfort of your family and community and the country to these troops that are serving, both at bases here and deployed overseas.
Great charity. I love that choice. And you get another pick on the board. I'm trying to figure this one out, too. Hey, okay, I'm still going to hold off because I'll wait until round 4 to kind of mention this because I think some people are wondering about a couple of these names, why you haven't picked them, and I'll explain why in just a minute.
All right, this might be a controversial pick, but I'm going to go with a Longhorn.
That is an interesting pick.
That's
Jack
shocking.
Conger.
Wow. Why Jack Conger? But first of all, the Texas grad is incredible. And talk about versatility. He can swim fly and free all day long, any distance. But there's got to be another reason, right?
No, so that's really
That's
a
it,
lot
right?
of it is versatility. And then a way that I thought about this was kind of points above replacement, not to get too inside baseball on this. But how many points can they score, and how much is that differential above kind of the next best option? And so Jack Conger is actually a really strong choice in the 100 and 200 fly, as well as the freestyle that he's able to do.
The 100 and 200 freestyle, absolutely.
Yeah.
And he had such a great summer this past summer, Olympic gold medalist from back in 2016, your teammate. Okay, your first 3 picks are down.
All right, I'm back.
Now we come to Connor.
Yay!
It's time to give each other some grief, I think, right now, right? All right, so charity of choice. What's your favorite charity?
All right, so I'm competing for a Covenant House. Right, their mission is to get homeless youth off the street. So 6 countries around the world, 31 different cities. They'll hit about 80, or they will help about 80,000 people over the course of the year. And today, any day, 2,000 who would have been homeless youth are waking up in a bed because of Covenant House. So 24/7, 365, a homeless youth could walk in and have a place to sleep.
How'd you get involved, or how'd you find out about them?
You know, I think I'm pretty lucky. I grew up in a town where people are heavily involved in Covenant House, and specifically went to school with Dan Ryan, who now works at Covenant House, and been friends since middle school. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long to see the work that they do and realize how important it is.
Great charity, buddy. Congratulations on that. Okay, so who's your next pick?
All right, so I'm going to shame you right now, Beisel.
No, you're not.
Yep.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I know who's coming. I know.
How is he?
Caleb Dressel took
How
the
is he
Gator
even on
off
the
the board.
How is he even on the board still?
Yep. Called,
Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Go
Best
Gators.
sprinter in the history, well, not in history, but best sprinter in the world the last couple of years, no doubt about it. I guess that was an easy choice.
I mean, it's crazy to see what he's done being on the 2016 team with him, where, I watched
All
him.
of you.
Yeah, we all were, but watching him qualify for the 4x1 and the 100. Yeah, so, I mean, Caleb, phenomenal swimmer. Watch him change from 2016, where he was a great 100 freestyler, did phenomenally. Made the relay,
yep.
swam the individual, to Budapest,
Yep.
where he's maybe going to break the world record in the 100 fly, right? Like, that was so fun to watch his meet.
Dude,
there.
it was like 0.3 of a second, something like that, from breaking like 3 different world records.
It's messed up.
Totally.
Yeah,
It is.
it's messed up.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of energy. He's fun to watch. He's going to be fun to have on the team, and he's professional now, so hopefully he's going to be going to more pro swim series than last year.
That's the key message, I think, in that pick right there, because last year he was in college, and if you look at the board, Ella Easton, Mallory Comerford, Lily King, the world record holder and Olympic gold medalist, so they haven't been picked yet, but they're in college, so you don't know exactly what pro swims they're going to swim early in the year. Certainly they're going to swim in some after March, but that's a good pick going with Caleb Dressel because he is pro now and he can concentrate on the pro swim. So you are done, my friend.
Shame. Shame on you.
Elizabeth, come on back up. And before we go with your third pick, let's talk about your charity.
So I chose the USA Swimming Foundation. I've been working with them for the past 4 years. I'm on the board, and it just made sense. I am so passionate about getting young kids in the water and learning. It is never too soon. And I'm pretty sure that's why all of us up here right now started swimming. It wasn't to become Olympic champions or Olympians. It was to learn how to swim and be safer around the water. And so for me to embody their mission of saving lives and building champions means so much to me. And I'm hoping to be able to give back to that younger generation that can maybe one day become Olympians.
Great choice. Well, I know you and I are proud to be ambassadors for the foundation, and Maya, who just joined the board with you.
That's right. We're working together now.
So you're working together with the foundation. In fact, you guys have been in, I know you've been in meetings all day
Maya's
long,
been
right?
in a lot of meetings.
So
but she made it.
Congratulations on that. Or condolences one way or the other. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So let's go with your choice, Elizabeth, for number 3.
You know,
you took the gator off the board.
I'm going to go with another girl. I'm going to take my girl, my new 400 IMer, Leah Smith.
Very good.
Yeah. You know?
Leah Smith, that's another interesting choice because we talk about versatility. She's one of those, she kind of mirrors Katie in a way in the fact that she can swim everything from at least the 200 and up, and she's got that IM in her back pocket.
Absolutely, and it's another, I'm trying to go versatile with my squad. I want to cover as many events as possible. And if anybody does it on the U.S. team, it's Leah Smith.
Right. And I like the fact that she has been one of those leaders as well. And by the way, a lot of these athletes you guys have swum with over the years. So somebody like Leah, you know so well, right? And you know what she's capable of, not only during the Pro Swim Series, but when the money really counts in the big meets. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, Elizabeth. Yes. And now back to Cammile for her. 2 choices.
2 choices.
Cammile, before we start with your choice, your 3rd choice, tell us about your charity.
Yes, so we talked a little bit earlier about my love for kids. So it was an easy choice for me to partner with the Jessie Reese Foundation and NIGU, just inspiring kids that are fighting cancer to never give up. So whether it's like meeting families at hospitals and things like that, or helping just the kiddos brighten their day, that was really, really important for me to be able to choose that as my charity.
And have you been with them long, or how did you find out about it?
I haven't. I've talked to Caitlin Sandino a lot about it, and so I was just super excited about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great choice. I love it. Okay, you're up here for 2 different choices. Okay. Still some, I mean, think about it. We've already chosen, 3, 6, 9, 11 names, and there still are
so
some incredible Olympic champions and world record holders up on the board.
Okay, I'm looking, and I really think I need...
I can't believe 1 is still up there, by the way, but...
A little backstroke action.
I'm not sure who I'd pick over here. That. But.
So I'm going to go ahead and go with my girl,
Olivia Smoliga.
Yes.
Ooh, nice. Another Bulldog. Yeah. We have 3 Georgia Bulldogs up on the board. Yeah.
And she can swim the freestyles too, so I think she's going to be a really good pick for me.
So Olivia Smoliga obviously has had an incredible last couple of years swimming for Georgia and now swimming as a professional. But you're right, she can swim backstroke and freestyle. And you guys, I think the common theme for all of us here is versatility. You don't want to be pigeonholed too much with one stroke because it is a 3-4 day meet and now open water's added. Yeah. I think it's a good choice.
A little variety.
All right, that's number 3. Who's your 4th pick?
Okay, let's think here. Okay.
I see 2 names. Like, oh my gosh, I know people at home are going, but I'm not sure how you could do anything different. I'm just guessing, okay? I don't know how to do this.
Terrible choice.
Okay, I do. Okay, I'm looking what some other people have and maybe what I'm still missing. So I'm gonna get Josh.
Josh Bernot. We finally have somebody that is concentrated on one stroke, but he can swim the IM.
He can definitely swim the IM. So he's so solid in the breaststrokes. I know I'm going to be able to count on him there, but he's also such a great IMer, and so I think I'm going to be able to throw him in some of those too and definitely score some points.
And he's a guy that once he shows up at any meet, you know you can count on him for big points. Olympic silver medalist in the 200 breaststroke back in Rio.
For sure.
All right, Josh Bernot was your 4th pick, and now you can sit down, and we will have who's up next?
Beisel.
Beisel's
me.
up
That's
next.
right. Yay.
Yep.
Wake up. Count.
All right. All right. What
do you think?
I'm going to go with another versatile, hardworking Georgia Bulldog, Haley Flickener.
Wow, that is now 4 off the board.
Yep.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia.
Haley Flickener. So, again, the great thing about a lot of these picks for you guys is they all can swim 2 strokes, or at least swim 1 stroke in IM. And here's Flickener, who can swim butterfly, but she also can swim freestyle.
Oh, and she's one of the hardest workers. And I know she's in D group right now at Georgia. I was just with her a few days ago. So she's going to be in that 800 free training. Who, me? No. Did I say I was training? No. I'm not training. No, I was just with her for.
Did you hear
Guys.
D-group
Yeah,
today.
I'm in D group with Haley right now. She's doing really well. No, but she's gonna pop a good
D-group.
400 IM. She's gonna pop a good 200 fly, 200 free, 800 free, 400 free. Like she covers
Do it
the
all.
gamut, and I'm happy about it.
Okay, great. Good pick. Good pick.
Great
All right,
pick.
Connor, you're up.
Back.
next.
Let's go, Yags.
Okay. Yeah, time to start getting a little bit more
Come on,
stroke
Yags.
specific
Get
here,
serious.
right? So,
Well,
that's-
yeah, you're taking a lot of versatility off the board. Although these guys, I mean,
so I'm going with Tom Shields for my next pick.
another guy, free and fly.
Okay.
There you go.
So Tom, Cal Berkeley guy.
Right.
Back when we were trying to win a national championship at Michigan, Tom probably had all my focus on who I wanted to beat personally. Even though we didn't swim the same event, it was like we need to be better than Tom Shields. Like we have to beat Tom Shields, and I confessed this to him in Rio to help pump him up, or I don't know, just like, hey, we could put the past behind us. I used to want to beat you in the 100 fly.
You never knew.
Yeah, but he, great 50, 100, 200 fly. If he does any backstroke events at these Pro Swim Series, I mean, he's multi-NCAA champion.
He reminds me a little bit about Kelsey Dahlia in the pick that Cammile had, because everybody knows her as a great butterflyer. Everybody knows Tom is a great butterflyer, but he can swim freestyle too. He's a great 200 freestyle, just like Kelsey. So
Exactly.
that's a good pick. I like it. All right, Tom
Good.
Shields, your 4th pick. You have 1 left to go. And now Maya, finally Maya. Maya's last 2
squad.
What are you
picks.
thinking, Maya?
Maya's
her
last
last
2
one?
picks. She gets 2 in a row here. And this will be
Last
it
2.
for you. Preliminarily, don't forget that once we finish with the broadcast today, they'll go back and crunch the numbers some more, and they'll pick some more swimmers. You can find out all that information on usaswimming.org a little bit later on. But who's your 4th pick?
All right. Well, not to get too chummy with the Cal Bears, but
Oh my gosh, another Cal
I think
Bear.
I gotta go Nathan.
That's the one that I
You
whispered
all
to
left
you.
him
I
on
said,
the
Nathan
board.
Adrian.
Yeah, that is a little
Dude,
crazy.
again,
He's up there.
I know he's just 50 and 100 freestyle. He doesn't have the versatility like a lot of these athletes do. But boy, when he swims 50 and 100, he is money, right?
Right, absolutely. And I think
Swims
that's
at
part of the
1500.
scoring system. It does reward versatility with the flex event, but it also really rewards quality in specific strokes. And we know Nathan has that.
And you're wearing a blue dress, so that makes it even better,
I know.
right?
Big game got postponed, so the rivalry doesn't come back on for a few weeks. And then,
a
you
great
know,
pick.
in the spirit of my Stanford Cardinal, I gotta
There
go
you
with
go. Those
Simone
are the 2 names for me that
for
jumped
my
out for me.
5th.
Yep. For the same reasons, right?
Yeah, and you know she's such a
But
racer.
she's got a 200 free in front.
Right. She can go up to the 2. She can go down to the 50. She's just so competitive and hates to lose both in season and at the end of the year. So I know I can count on her for some big
Olympic
scores.
gold medalist and world champion Simone Manuel, really, well, arguably the greatest American male swimmer in history, and arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, female sprinter in U.S. history. So two good picks, and that board right
Thank you.
there
All right.
looks
All
pretty
right. All right,
good.
Maya.
Chase, Ryan, Jack,
DiRado
Nathan,
squad
and
is
Laura.
complete.
That's a good start for Maya DiRado. All right, so come on up,
I'm back.
Connor.
Okay,
Your
one.
last pick of the day. Still some incredible names up on the board.
There are. So again,
And let's go over your names first of all. Katie Ledecky,
Katie.
Melanie oh, man, dude, you've got some,
Caleb, Tom.
holy, you've got some good names.
There's some
up
really good
there.
swimmers in the U.S. All these names, all these
They're all
teams, they look
Americans.
fantastic, right? Yeah, they're all
They're all
Americans.
Americans.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
They're all Americans.
All right, so again, going stroke specific here for me with Matt Grievers for round 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody goes, oh.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's like a great,
the
positive
best.
guy. Ton of, brings a ton of energy every meet that he goes to. Great in-season swimmer, and yeah, going for the backstroke points with him.
Yeah, he's the Tom Hanks of swimming. Everybody loves him, man. He really is. He's just a great leader. Olympic captain back in 2016 and 2017 at the Worlds. He's the greatest. He's just the best. Everybody
gentle
loves him.
giant. Luckily for all of us.
Yep, he is that gentle giant. But again, two-stroke guy. You know, he can swim freestyle, and obviously you know what he can do in backstroke.
Right.
Yeah, good picks, man.
Okay.
Way to go. Good job. Good job. All right.
My
Come
team's the
on
best.
up,
It's the
Elizabeth.
best.
Your
Train is
last
fine.
pick.
It's fine.
Again, don't get caught up, everybody, in the collegians. Mallory, Ella Easton, and Lily. You know, you might wonder why. And again, they're probably still up on the board and will remain up on the board because of their collegiate season. But I have a feeling they're going to be chosen once we finish the broadcast.
You know what? This might surprise a lot of people, but I'm going to go with Haley Anderson, my open water girl.
Yes.
Now that open water is now part of the Swim
Right.
Squad point series, I know she's going to be heavy in open water. She wins almost everything that she
Right.
does, but she converts to pool so well. She's
Yeah.
an NCAA champion in the 500 free mile.
Yeah.
So I know that she's going to be at the series swimming the 400, the 800, maybe the 400 IM. So she's going to
Well, you know what the great thing about that pick is, at least preliminarily, she is money in your open water event.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So every time she swims open water at a pro swim, I mean, you're not going to hand it to her, but you got a pretty good likelihood that she's going to be at or near the top. So that's a really good pick. And like you said, she transfers everything to the pool so well. That's a great team. Good job,
I'm happy
Elizabeth.
about it. Beisel
Very
squad.
good, very good. All right.
Beisel bunch. Whatever it's called.
Last but certainly not least, Cammile Adams, still some incredible names up there. There's Allison Schmidt, Olympic gold medalist. A lot of Olympians on the board. Of Blake Peroni.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
there's
many good
holy
choices.
smoke.
Okay, I've been looking at this girl for the last round as well,
It is
so
a
I think
woman.
I know who I'm going to go with. I've known her for quite some time now. We're on
Yeah.
junior teams together, and I've just been a big fan of hers for a long time and how she carries herself, and she just
I see
continuously
who it
swims
is.
fast. So
Right there, Margot Gear.
Margot Gear, she won.
Yep.
She won 3 of the series meets last year in the 50, so I know I'm going to be able to count on her to swim so fast again this year. So I
She
think it's
can.
gonna be a good pick.
She's very similar to a Nathan Adrian.
She is,
you know,
yeah.
who you know that when she swims the 50 and the 100 freestyle, she's going to be at or near the top every
Exactly.
time she swims. And because she's pro, like all of these swimmers, they're going to be at most, if not all, of these pro swims along the way. By the way, the first pro swim kicks off in January in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where we start all the things off. You guys are actually, thank you, Cammile.
Yes,
you can
thank
have a
you.
seat.
Yes. Good pick.
So let's go over it real quick before we wrap things up. When you look at it, are you guys happy with your team so far?
Stoked.
Definitely.
So happy.
Yeah.
Feel good about it?
I don't know why they're happy, but I'm happy.
You know, you look at Cammile Adams, you've got this great youngster, Michael Andrew, who can do it all, and then you've got a bunch of Olympians along the way, the great speedster, Margot Gear, so she's got a great team, lots of versatility there. Good choice for Cammile. Go down to Connor Jaeger. Boy, he's my early favorite. I don't know why, but I mean,
Rowdy.
I don't.
Rowdy.
I'm sorry.
I thought so.
I'm totally neutral, but
Jeez.
look at the first 3 names: Katie, Melanie, and Caleb. It's just unbelievable. You follow that up with Tom Shields and one of the greatest guys in history, Matt Grievers. That's a tough team. But look at Beisel. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I could pick a
favorite,
favorite.
I know.
Zane Grothe, Baker, Leah Smith, Flickener, and Haley Anderson. Good, right?
I feel good about it.
Oh my gosh, those are good names. And then finally Maya DiRado, who got to pick first. It's a no-brainer with Chase Kalish. And then Olympic gold medalist Murphy and Conger and Adrian, all of them Olympic gold medalists to the next along the way. I like them all. I don't know. I still think, I don't know. Gosh. I don't want to guess. Anyway, again, they're all playing for their favorite charity of choice. You got to hear a little bit about each of those charities. If you go to usaswimming.org after this broadcast, you can find out a lot more about the draft, a lot more about their selections, and maybe a little bit more about their charity of choice. We kick things off. And by the way, we're in like 6 new cities next year, so it's going to be a great 2019. We kick things off, as I said, in January in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, go to usaswimming.org or something like that. Yeah, it's usaswimming.org, right?
You got it. You got it.
But then
You
you have
got
to
it.
do like but whatever it is,
Backsplash.
backsplash,
USA
swim squad.
Together.
And it's been a long day, and I'm out of here. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye, everybody.